My name's Andrew Talbot, and I'm going to take you through this morning how Custom Gateway can help you become a marketplace in your own right. So harnessing the power of dropship suppliers. So the objectives really of today's webinar is to explain how your website can harness the power of dropshipping and how you can turn yourself into a marketplace. So the idea is to give you a quick presentation, not an in-depth technical review, and just explain the principles involved. Going to cover the key benefits to your business, what tools you need, what global dropship networks you can connect to, ideas on selecting the right products for you, and essential automation that you need to make dropship work. So I guess let's start off. I'm guessing most of you listening to this video know why you want to become a marketplace, but it never does any harm to recap on those sort of points. So why become a marketplace? In simple terms, there's no inventory, no risk financially in adding extra products. It enables you to provide a wider choice of products to customers, enables you to try to expand into new categories without the risk that we talked about in point one. You can respond to trends faster. It's easier to have a new idea and try it. And it basically helps you compete with the Amazons and the Alibabas of this world that have got the power of a marketplace. So, it's an alternative strategy to also trading on a marketplace, becoming your own marketplace. So, required software platforms. Obviously, I'm from Custom Gateway, so I'm going to talk about our platforms, but we are one of a few companies now that offers a range, although as we'll discuss in a minute, we're really the only specialists in personalised print-on-demand area. So what you need to become a marketplace is you absolutely need a database of connected suppliers or products, so a product database. You probably, if you're active in our space, which is personalised and print-on-demand, could do with some product creation tools so you can create your own products that marketplace suppliers can fulfill. And the most critical component, really, we call ours Gateway OMS, is a dropship order management system that automates the process. Because without automation, dropship becomes quite time-consuming and less profitable. So let's have a look. I've briefly touched already on the different product types. So let me explain the different product types in a little bit more detail. So a virtual product is really a product that doesn't exist until it's ordered. Typically, that's personalized or printed on demand. So it's normally a blank product that's decorated. Another flavor of that could be a made-to-order product. So you may keep the components in stock, but until it's actually ordered, you don't actually make the product. And the third and final type, which is obviously the biggest category at the moment, which is there are more players in this area, is dropship stock. So it's stock that sits in somebody else's warehouse, not your own, but it appears to the customer that it's coming from you. So those are the three different types of dropship products. And I thought it might be helpful just to take you through a very simple workflow to explain how dropship might work. So ultimately, say our speciality, which we'll talk about in a minute, is retailers can actually create their own products. So becoming your own marketplace starts with downloading product feeds. Those feeds have to be uploaded to your website so they appear like they're your products. And then ultimately, you need to set your website up, which is obviously something we help with, so that when somebody orders one of those products, it gets sent to Gateway OMS rather than to your warehouse. And then Gateway OMS, if you like, acts as a virtual warehouse and sends that to the appropriate dropship supplier, creating the appropriate paperwork and labels, and sends it into a carrier system. Or they could actually send it back to your own warehouse if you wanted to work that way. Normally adds an extra day to the process. And then the supplier confirms back to Gateway, which updates your website. So in essence, dropship as a model, as long as it's done efficiently, and most dropshippers will offer same-day services now, feels exactly the same as if it's from your website. It's just dispatched from a different location, or, as I say, can be dropshipped back to your own warehouse. And I call it essential integrations because really one of our specialities is the fact that we've got hundreds and hundreds of integrations, and we add at least one new one every week. And the sort of integrations you need, obviously retailers and marketplaces, we can already have your website integrated for you, so we can do that work if you haven't got the resource to do it. The most critical part is obviously the number of suppliers that are integrated with our platform, offering their stock and their dropship services. And the other key one really is global shipping. So access to a shipping network of all the leading carriers. So we create the paperwork, but obviously they deliver it to the customers on your behalf. So available dropship suppliers. So if you like, this is just a couple of examples of big database of dropship products. So I'm going to show you our virtual product warehouse in a minute, which, as I say, is the world's largest selection of personalised print-on-demand products. But also there are other ones. AliExpress is owned by Alibaba, and that's more about dropship stock. And Oberloo is a specialist service for Shopify website users. I mean, our virtual web product warehouse is also connected to Shopify, but Oberloo has a lot of small stock-based products. So having sort of explained where you can get the products from to become a marketplace, let's just take a quick look at our virtual product warehouse. So one of the advantages we have is we've got lots of good brands in there as the brands start to understand the value of dropship. And you've got categories here, which you can see, I'm not going to repeat the names from you. If you go to virtualproductwarehouse.com, you can have a review of all the products and get a free sign up. So it's a free service, this one. So, I mean, let's just take an example here of football and sport, which is a big area for us. So those are all the different football and sports clubs available. You could choose all of those or just pick a particular club or particular sport in terms of wanting to have a look at those kind of things. So let's just choose all for the sake of that now. So that will then refine on your screen everything related to a football club. And what we mentioned earlier, is the feeds option where you can generate feeds back into your website. So that's the power of the virtual product warehouse. We'll come back and talk about it in a little bit more detail later on. The other thing that we've got is Supplier Blanks. Now, the reason Supplier Blanks are quite interesting to you, so this is all the blanks, is people can create their own products from these. So these are all available at dropship retailers or dropship suppliers all around the world. And you can add your own designs, create the feed again. So you've got the feeds option. So you're creating something with inside Gateway CPP, adding your own designs, creating a feed, and then your dropship supplier will supply it. So it's quite a good way of a design-orientated retailer getting into becoming their own marketplace. And you can we've got tools that allow designers to do that on your site using user-generated content, which is a whole different topic. But it just gives you another flavour of the power of the marketplace. And the other useful thing in terms of our world, connecting people is the most important thing. So we've got, I think, probably about 300-400 connected suppliers at the moment. But many people have their own suppliers. They don't want to share them with other people. So our dropship, making yourself become a marketplace, is not limited just to our currently connected suppliers. We can really quickly connect your own suppliers. We can provide APIs for your suppliers to link into our platform. And we've got a very simple login system. So realistically, we think we could connect a new supplier in, if they don't want to do it themselves, in minutes. Not minutes, in days. So instead of something being a £5,000 project, generally you can connect a new supplier for around a budget of £1,000. So I guess if it's easy to get, the other thing to think about, and we've obviously given you an overview on the virtual product warehouse, is thinking about what products you should dropship, because it becomes almost bewildering that you've got so many products available to you. So, you might just simply search for products that fit the genre of your best-selling products by picking a category. Or you can use tools to identify the best-selling products. So, for example, on the slider on the side of the screen here, I could say I only want the best-selling 5% of products. And then we could say, and then I want to sort them in bestseller only mode. So immediately, and this is real live data, it comes in and shows you what the best-selling products are in that category at the moment. So they're very useful to have those tools. And also, I don't know if you noticed, probably not because I'm going quite fast, but on the drop down it had most recently added, so you can keep abreast of the new products. And also do pay attention to market research. On our blog on Custom Gateway, we're always publishing that because it tells you what the on-trend product types are. So for example, at the moment, the reusable coffee cup, personalised with designs on it, etc., is a very popular product. Okay. And again, apologies for moving at high speed. We kind of touched on this earlier. So one of the good things is people are now getting into the concept of licenses. So you've got big names you saw in the football, but if you click on there, you've got a whole range of Disney assets and you've got other entertainment assets. So normally selling licensed products, you often have to get involved in negotiating minimum order quantities and pay a license up front and everything. Obviously, by using the dropship model, you can just put top-selling products. So if the new Toy Story film's coming out, you can sell Toy Story products. It's kind of a bit of a no-brainer. Okay, let's look on. So I think I've touched on most of these earlier, but I think it's good to reinforce is, why you should talk to us, why we think we can help make you a marketplace. So in essence, once products are in our platform, and we've discussed how easy it is, there's only one type of product feed. So your IT team only need to integrate with our product feed, and then thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dropship products can be added to your site without any tech changes. Once you've decided which way you want to place orders, we've got various options. You can just have one way of placing those orders automatically. So whichever supplier it's going to, there's only one method. And that's often a big barrier to dropship because different suppliers have different ways they want you to place the order. And as I just said, there are 4 ways to place orders with us. You can just decide what the best one for you is. But we've got manual, API, CSV, upload, supplier integrations. And ultimately, we do the integration work for you, so it's fast for new suppliers. So that's why you should talk to us about helping your website become a marketplace. We've also got the advantage, because we're a global network, of doing local printing. So for example, if you were a UK website getting an order in America, we could arrange automatically through our platform the fulfillment to happen in America or Australia. So obviously that reduces your carriage costs, increases the time, and allows basically regional suppliers to attack international markets. So dropship is a great way, if you've got good ideas, to become a global marketplace, not just a regional one. The essential automation, because of its nature, doing one-off products, if you have to touch an order too many times, you're not going to make money on it. And the chances are, if you're not keeping the stock, you're going to make a slightly lower margin anyway. Obviously, you would have less costs. So automation is essential. And you need your carriers and shippers automated. You really, if you're going to do it regularly, need your product feed upload automated or have an easy process. And you also need reports and invoicing so you can, verify, sign off your purchases, etc. And we've got all of that within our platforms. So finally, here's just some supported carriers. Ultimately, I think we've got carriers options or shipper options everywhere around the world, but it's kind of important. Just recapping, we'll give them the branded paperwork, which they'll use, but they deliver on your behalf. So hopefully that was a useful whistle-stop tour of how Custom Gateway can help you become your own marketplace. As always, custom-gateway.com. We'd love to talk to you more.